What's up, everybody, on Charleston Car Videos? It's Chad, and today we're going to be looking at some older vehicles. That's right. I'm talking about, we're going back like a long time, right? Old cars, but old cars that aren't necessarily classic cars. Anyways, we're at a place called TJ's Auto Sales. He's been out here forever, and he pretty much sells cheap cash cars. He doesn't take trade-ins. The prices on the window are pretty much the price. There's no dealer admin fees, no doc fees. I mean, taxes, tags, all that is pretty much included in the price on the window. But I've been riding by this place for the last 10 years, and I've never really pulled in here all that often. And today I was like, you know, I got about an hour to waste before the kids get out of school. I'm like, let's go on a little adventure. Let's go take a look at some cars that were made in the 90s and the early 2000s. So anyways, if I see something cool or interesting, I'll point it out and show it to you on camera today. And also, I'm kind of curious how the conditions of these cars have held up. So most of the time we're at a big car store. If they got a car like this, a 1998 Infiniti, they're either going to send it to the auction or it's off to the junkyard, right? If it's in bad shape or whatever, this guy takes these cars, throws them out here on the lot. If they got little things that need fixing, he fixes them, but for the most part, throws them out here. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look. So I mean, technically on my YouTube channel, I pretty much film cars at the bigger car stores, and we go around these used cars and look at the conditions of them. And most of the time, the conditions are pretty good. They're not bad cars. Out here, I'm not saying these are bad cars, but I'm going to show you cars that do have issues with the conditions on them, right? And it was something about in the 90s, even in the late 90s, like this 98 Infiniti, where the paint on vehicles really started fading. And as you can see on this old Infiniti, look how that paint has really started to fade. It has, right? But the body's in pretty decent shape, you know? But again, the paint on cars, again, it's 2018, so 98, 2008, we are, oh wow, we're almost 30 years old on this thing, right? Am I right? 30 years old, 98, 2008. That's 20 years. Okay, oh boy, you can tell my math is not good today, right? So that's a 20-year-old vehicle. Let's keep looking. Here's a almost 20-year-old vehicle, a 99 Volvo S70. Same kind of thing, right? The paint. That seems to be something on cars that just happens a lot, is the paint. And then the headlights on cars, they just start getting oxidized and all faded out. I mean, here's a 2001 Nissan Maxima, right? It definitely needs a paint job on that hood, right? And then here's a car that's just, you know, it just hasn't really held up all that great. It's a 2000 Ford Escort. Same thing, the paint, the headlights, right? The roof. I mean, a Ford Escort, $17.95 for that little car, right? There you go. Let's keep looking. Talking about paint today, look at the Chrysler minivan. I mean, the paint's just peeling off, right? All over it. So that's kind of what I'm noticing today with some of these vehicles out here. And we haven't even got into looking at interiors and motors, but the paint jobs are just horrific. So car manufacturers, they really need to figure out how to keep the paint lasting a lot longer. There's a Mitsubishi Mirage. Same thing, paint, paint, paint. Got TSW wheels on it. Here's a Dodge Avenger, I think. Same thing, the paint. You know, it's too bad. You would think the auto manufacturers would want their paint jobs on cars lasting 20 years down the road. Toyota Corolla, same thing, paint. Ford, another Ford, paint. Anyways, in the late 2000s and in the 90s, cars were definitely a lot smaller. It was kind of that era of vehicles where they were all around that same kind of size, weren't they? Cars have gotten a lot bigger, haven't they? They really have. Sedans, SUVs, everything has just gotten so big. And car manufacturers used to make a lot more coupes back in the day. There's a Pontiac Sunfire, same thing. The paint on the Sunfire. Now here's one, a 99 Ford Taurus, I think. Yeah, That car's paint's actually pretty good. There's something. Another Ford Taurus. Here's a car most of us had at one point or another. The 97 Honda Civic. I bought my girlfriend, which is my wife now, a car like this back in the day, and we lowered it and had some wheels on it. It was just a really fun little car. It's a 5-speed manual, $17.95, even got a sunroof, but still, even a Honda had paint problems. Every car out here. There's a cute little car. There's a Civic Coupe, $2,100, 97. It's got new plugs, new wires. He'll paint it if you buy it for $2,300. Huh. Cute little car, automatic transmission. You know, those Civics like that, you still see them on the road today, don't you? You do. Just about anywhere in the world, you'll see a little Civic like that, scooter pooting around somewhere. There's an Accord. I had a Honda Accord just like that, but mine was silver and in a little bit better condition. As you can see right there, in the mid-2000s, they started getting bigger, right? There's one you don't see a whole lot anymore, the Taurus SE wagon. But some of us will remember this car from back in the day, the wagon. That is a 2003 Taurus for $24.95. Anyways, let's keep looking. Now here comes a car I remember. I never had one, but I remember seeing the guys at school driving them, or the girls. The 1993 Chevrolet Corsica, 101,000 miles. $17.95 is the sale price in 2018. How about it? That's pretty interesting, huh? There's an Accord. The paint has definitely had better days on that Honda. Man, Hondas are known for their paint getting all screwed up and their headlights. Wow, that's a problem there. Civic, Saturn. Here's a cool car. It was cool back in the day. A 2002 Mitsubishi Lancer for $18.95 now in 2018. There's one some of y'all may remember, the Chevy Cavalier, 2005, $19.95 is the price. 124,000 miles. And of course, the paint has lost its clear coat on that. Here's a 99 Honda Civic 5-speed for basically $2 grand, $19.95. Missing the grill right there in the front, but that one's a manual transmission. Tires look good. There you go, first one we've opened the interior on today. This car might bring back memories of some of y'all watching right now, because a lot of us had this car. If you're my age, in your 30s, you might have had a Honda Civic like that. The body's actually in pretty good shape. Those taillights are taillights that a lot of tuner people like, with the red and the white. Here's one a lot of people still drive today on the road, and you see some of these sometimes. The Ford Mustang, good looking spoiler, black, got the nice sporty wheels on it. That's a GT with a 4.6 liter. So obviously the hood's been replaced and it was in a little bit of a crash in the front, but it's got the aftermarket headlights with the angel eyes. That Mustang is $32.95. It's a GT and it's a 1998. And here's one thing you'll like. It's a manual transmission. Once again, that smell. You know, sometimes you get in a classic car and it's got a smell about it. That's the smell inside of there. Anyways, all kinds of old school cars. Let's see what else we can find. Here's another car you may recognize. It actually looks pretty good shape here. A 1997 Pontiac Grand Am, 164,000 miles on it for $17.95. That car was pretty cool back in the day. I mean, some of y'all may have had one of those, right? Bringing back memories. You know, there you go. Here's one car that actually a lot of people love these. 95 Lexus 300. 156,000 miles on that one. Body's in good shape. A lot of people take these cars and hook them up and tune them out and all that too. That's one of those kind of classic Lexus SC300. There you go. So anyways, all kinds of interesting stuff. The Malibu. Alright, so big thank you to TJ Auto Sales for letting us stop by and take a look at some of these cars today. As you can see, cars built in the 90s, the conditions of them have definitely gotten a lot worse over the years. So I'll be really interested in seeing how cars do 10 years from today, right? Could it be the same? Could it be worse? I don't know. But let me know in the comments section what you thought about this video today. And if you can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and I'm just trying to do something a little different. So have a good one. We'll see you soon.